week in the life of an NFL quarterback. What does it look like? Are we sitting at the couch all day, eating Cheetos? Are we hanging out with our wives and our kids, getting family time in, enjoying that? Are we doing those things or are we working? I don't know, but you're about to find out. All right, we're gonna start right here. Game just ended, all right? You took your shower, you drove home. What's it look like? Sunday night, I am eating a great meal and hanging out with my family. I'm enjoying family time, win, lose, or draw, which we didn't tie that Chargers game, by the way, we won. We would hang out and we are relaxing, all right? There's so much mental energy. Your body is absolutely torched. And we would just sit there and we'd enjoy our time. We'd have the other games on. We're enjoying just being a family. So that's what Sunday night looks like. And my recovery process would start. So I'm not gonna get too detailed. It'll be a little generic, but my recovery process, I would start taking care of my body and my mind and start putting my mind, right before I would go to bed, I'd start putting my mind on who do we have next and what does that look like the next day. So you wake up Monday, okay? So what happens Monday? Man, I'm taking care of my body. I'm getting my body back right. I'm making sure that I am ready to lift because I would have a big, if I felt good after the game, if I felt good on Monday, I would make that my heavy lift day. Because I didn't want to be sore later in the week. So I would make Monday my heavy lift day. If I didn't feel so good, Monday was more of a lighter lift, get the body back, which was a mixture. It could vary. Thank goodness there's smart strength coaches that help you out. But then I am picking apart. I learned this from Peyton Manning. He said, don't rush. Don't rush too quickly off of the last game you played. Critique yourself. You know, look at your feet, look at your eyes, your progressions, not so much outcomes, but are you doing what you're being coached to do? And if not, let's have a conversation. You know, if you are doing those things and it wasn't working, let's have a conversation there. It always helped the program and the organization head in the right direction. So I learned that from Peyton at a young age, man, just to pick apart Monday, pick yourself apart, give yourself 3 things. So I would always give myself a few things that I needed to get better at and what was I going to do about it in practice that week. So I'd write those down and I would have that ready before we even got to the practice part of the week. And so Monday was a big recovery, big lift day, and critiquing myself. And then Monday night, I'm starting to watch the Monday afternoon, Monday night, I'm starting to watch film on the next team. Okay, once we've had those meetings, we've put that game to bed, I'm moving on. I have my notes for practice, what I want to do before practice, that I need to get better at these things going into the next game. And then I'm heading off, you know, mentally onto the new team. And so as I'm recovering, doing all that, I'm getting worked on with my iPad. I'm watching the new team. I'm watching games. I'm watching blitz cut-ups. I'm watching formation cut-ups. How do they like to play this? How do they like to play this stack? What did they do against me before? What's something that's worked against me? I'm keeping that in the back of my mind. And I see it work for them. Okay, that's definitely coming to me. I got to be ready for this. And so those are things that you're doing Monday and Tuesday. So Tuesday, I'm doing the same thing. Tuesday is usually the player's day off. I'm in the building, you know, we're watching film. I got, you know, a couple of the quarterbacks with me, Foster, Taysom, we're in there, Jake, we're going, Spencer, we're all in there, you know, the last year, and we're going in the sauna, we're doing these things, we're getting in the cold tub, we're in the steam room, we're still taking care of our bodies, getting ready. You got to be ready to practice Wednesday. My goal was never after a game to be ready for Sunday. My game was to be ready to practice hard on Wednesday. And so a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy went into taking care of my body to be able to play as many times as I could if I was able to. And as you can tell, we ran that one into the ground, okay? And so we did everything we could to do those things, but that's what's happening on a Tuesday, okay? You're in there in the morning, and then when you're going home, you're watching film, you're taking notes, you're getting ready, you're getting stuff from the coaches, okay? On Tuesday evening, Tuesday afternoon, you're starting to get here's the run game, here's what we're thinking, here's your checks, here's the matchups, here's the pass game, we'll get you more in the morning. Boom, you wake up before the sun Wednesday. Man, you got all the Wednesday installs. So now you're learning the install, this big old install of what are the base run game? What's the base pass game look like? This is what you got to know. And I'm studying that. I'm still watching my cut-ups as I'm going over the plays. I would draw the plays as well, just so I knew what everyone had on new concepts, even old concepts. Okay, I know that. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, we're putting him here. That's why. Okay, I'm already getting game reps before I'm even in the game, before I even practiced, okay? Go to meetings during the morning, you have practice, right around lunchtime sometime. It's different for everybody and schedules, but you go to practice, you practice those things. Before practice, I'm working on those things I knew I needed to work on. Go before practice even started, let's clean these things up. I missed this throw, let me get 5, 10 of those so I feel comfortable with that going forward, all right? And so you're always trending like this. Practice is over, we watch the film of practice, you break it down, we correct some things. Hey, let's move this split in. Hey, I want you here. Hey, if I flash this hand signal, this is what I want you to do. Things that'll win you a football game, could cost you a game like that. And so you're doing those things. And then afterwards, I'm watching, I go into the quarterback room as everyone's done, go in the quarterback room, and I start watching third downs. So now I'm watching the third downs. Okay, it's a whole nother cycle. It's like a big Groundhog Day sometimes during the middle of the week.
Well, it's Groundhog Day. Again?
You wake up and you keep doing the same thing, but on Wednesday after practice, after meetings, everyone's done. Before you get some dinner, I'm watching third downs. Okay, now my mind is focused solely on third downs. Okay, boom. What's third downs do? What are the pressures? What are the problems? What are the matchups? What do they do in this section, this section, this section, this section of third down? Is it short, medium, long, extra long? All those things. $5 foot long. And so, you're doing that. So you're ahead. You go home that night, have dinner with your family, go back over your notes or whatever, your little details that you have. You wake up Thursday, boom, here's your third down install. And all this time, you're circling your favorite base pass plays, you're highlighting the call sheet, you're highlighting third downs, and I'd always walk it up and give it to Clint. And I'm just using the most recent example. I would go up and I'd give Clint my favorite play actions, my favorite quick game. You call these, I'll get you a completion. Call this one, this will be a touchdown. Call this one, I like this. Hey, I know it's just a screen, but I think this will hit versus that coverage if you feel that. We're doing that, and I'm doing the same thing for third down red zone throughout the week. So you wake up Thursday, you get the third down plays. These are the run plays. These are the pass plays for third down this week. What are my checks? What are the matchups? Okay, that's why we're doing that. So I'm there before, and I'm going over that. I'm drawing all of those. I'm drawing them. I'm making sure I know every new play. I know every detail of every route so I can coach it as a coach on the field, as a quarterback. It's my job. And so all these hours you're putting into it. So when you get on the field, you're helping your teammates because it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be perfect, I should say, pristine, exact on that day. That's why we practice, okay? That's what the practices are for, to clean it up and get on the same page. Hey, just take 2 more steps. I think it's right here. One of the best at that was Chris Olave. He's like, hey, what do you think about this? Or how? Unbelievable mind. You're having conversations with the wideouts and the tight ends and the backs, but Chris was unbelievable at making sure you're on the same page and say, hey, I'm going to be here. Do you like it like this? Can I 1-2 at the top, or am I speed out of it? I'm asking them, hey, you going to speed out of this so I know if I can throw it early, or are you going to 1-2 at the top and I got to put it more on you? What's the cut? What's that look like to you? How do you see this route? What's your landmark? All those things. And we started to do some really nice things before both of us got hurt. But that's one thing that you're working on, okay, on Thursday. All right. So then you have the meetings, you have the practice, and then same thing. You do meetings again. I'm in the film room again, watching red zone. I circle the third down plays I like, give that to Clint. I'm watching all the red zone cut up. And same thing Friday. Friday you wake up, you got the Friday passes, the runs, your checks, whatever you're responsible for. You have the meetings, you have the practice after Friday. You're done earlier on a Friday. Friday is one of the favorite days among people in the NFL because it's a shorter day, all right? So you get more time, boom, you're home by 3:30, 4 o'clock, and you get a little family time before dinner, before the kids are actually asleep, and you get to have some time with them. And then Friday night, you're going back over, hey, 2-minute is the next day. You got to get ready for 2-minute short yardage goal line. Whenever teams would do that, it's different. The next day I'd wake up, I'm watching cut-ups on all the corners. Whoever was on the active list last week, someone they signed, someone got hurt, I'm watching cut-ups on each corner, all their targets. I'm watching all their targets so I know if I get man coverage or I get this coverage, or I see what he likes to do in this coverage, I can get a beat on him. I can get a beat on this guy. Oh, and cover 2, he's always standing like that. That's a different stance. Or cover 3, he likes to do this, or his eyes are here instead of there. All those things, you're getting all these mental reps all throughout the week. Then in the Saturday morning, I'm going through the whole game plan. I'm writing down my responsibility and my footwork or my read on each play. So there's over 100 and something plays, 200 plays, and you're writing. I'm taking all the notes. I'm highlighting all the checks. Boom. I'm going through the call sheet all Saturday. And then you have a walkthrough, you have meetings, you have night meetings where you go over the walkthrough, your first 15 plays. And one fun thing about Coach Gruden is his first 15 was never 15 plays. It was always over. So it'd say first 15 is the title, but we would always have a side bet as players. Is it over under 17.5 today?
Let's go scatter to west, right, tight, F left, 372 Y stick, Z spot.
Here we go. And so that was our first 15. So you have that meeting. You know, here's my first third down call. Hey, and then boom, I'm meeting with him. You know, hey, what do you like in 2 minutes? What do you want to start with? If they're playing this, I like this. If they're doing this, I like this. Okay, that's my first 2-minute thought for the first half. That's what we're going to go with. And it's constant communication, as you can tell. Saturday, I'm having another meeting with all the skill guys, especially in the Raiders. When we would have a certain system, I'm going over 100 hand signals. Over 100 hand signals. If they're watching this, they're going to know all these signals. They're going to be like, dude, I knew all these things you were telling us to do. Like, it's insane how many different signals we had just for one football game. We didn't have enough plays for the signals that we had in a football game. And so you're going over those things. Sunday, you wake up. Get as much sleep as you can, get a good meal in you, and you're heading to the stadium, and I knew exactly what I was doing to the minute of kickoff. I knew exactly what I was doing. I had the same routine. I always trying to tweak it, make it better, asking questions to older veterans, all those things. And then Sunday comes, and it's about to kick off. You breathe, you relax, and you just go play as hard and as fast as you can because the work was already done. You got to go play. You got to go have fun. You got to go compete. And so was that long-winded? Yes. Was that a lot? Yes. And no. When I had a game, I'm going to tell you a story, and this will make sense in just a second. I'm going to tell you a story that no, we don't just sit at home. No, we don't just relax. There's a lot that goes into the preparation every week, and there's a lot of work that we do. They definitely get their hours out of us, for sure, and especially if you play quarterback. But my brother David, okay, was in Bakersfield, California. I was playing a game in the Oakland Coliseum that Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. He's at 8:30, okay, in the morning at the grocery store, picking some things up for his family. And someone thought he was me. And it was Sunday morning of a game in Oakland, and he's in Bakersfield. They said, hey, good luck today, man. And he goes, well, you playing the Chargers, right? He's like, yeah. And he kind of walked away. I'm not in a different city the day before or the day of a game. We're not just at home at the grocery store. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of studying. And so that's just a little glimpse, a very generic version, a very default version of what it looks like to be a quarterback in the NFL.